What's going on? Raaid back in the booth. We are talking about our brief week in Yugioh, and we are looking ahead to the new format as we have been doing on the show of late, but with some new card announcements and what we think. Hey, I forgot to ask this while we recorded the pod. One card on the ban list. You can only pick one. It's gone, and it's gone forever. What are you choosing?
As far as conversations go, first thing that comes to mind is Nash Knight.
Okay, I'm picking Ripper.
Yeah.
And we have all that and more in this episode.
So make sure to like this video if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. We really appreciate it. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Let us know what cards should be banned on the upcoming ban list when we get one. And if you are looking for a new deck to play in the upcoming format, what deck are you going to play?
Yep.
Comment all that down below.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Enjoy. Welcome back to holy fuck! I almost said Lords of Lore. Welcome back to the TDE pod. Raaid back in the booth.
I'm back, baby.
Hell yeah. Let's just get into it, man.
Yeah.
Lots going on. Everybody check out Matt CS, especially this week. Our week in Yugioh. I played only on Thursday. Yeah. First time in a long time. That was my only Yugioh of the week.
Okay.
And for that reason alone, I was like, actually, my last week in Yugioh was ass. And we didn't, I don't think we did a podcast last week, so I didn't have a chance to talk about it. But I played pretty poorly at locals. Did pretty poorly. Actually, I was playing pretty well, but I did poorly. I just didn't close out.
Yeah, okay.
Some random variant stuff. But it was the Rarity 5 Mat tournament.
Event, yeah.
So it kind of sucked to do poorly then. Funny enough, Dan won the raffle.
Yeah.
So one of our TDE members got the mat. So whatever. It was just a pretty poor week for me, all things considered. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what? The format's coming to a close. I'm no longer in the race for being top seeded in the country. And I've lost my I don't care anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So let me just play the deck I want to play, like the way I want to play it.
Okay.
So I threw back in the Magistus cards.
Yeah.
And wow, I was cooking. Spoilers for Matt CS. I was cooking, baby.
Okay.
Like, I 2-0'd Evan.
Yeah.
Albeit I Perulia'd him and he had like a bunch of yummy cards and a bunch of Mimigul cards.
Okay.
So he had no option but to give me like a bunch of draws or pass on ass.
Yeah.
And he kind of did a variance of like both.
Okay.
Like his board probably wasn't strong enough and I had drawn everything I needed.
Yeah.
So I resolved one Branded Fusion against him as my next or first move, and it got me so much that I was just like cooking. Yeah. And he was like, how many cards are in your grave? I'm like, I think like 10. And I did like one thing. I hadn't even normaled yet.
Yeah.
It's just all off the Branded Fusion. So I was like, the Magistus cards, if you just boil it down to they make you Zeroa, which is an insane card. It's a really cool deck. It just like eats up so much interaction. And if your opponent doesn't interact and stop it, then you do get a monster negate with a pop.
Yeah.
The non-target pop it has on resolution is also insane.
Yeah.
Because say they activate, I don't know, Yummy Marshmallow to summon itself and they have Mignon on field and haven't used it. If I negate that Marshmallow, I can then pop the Mignon.
Yeah.
So the Marshmallow doesn't summon from hand and then I destroy any card on field.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, like, it's not a negate and destroy because depending on where the card was activated, you don't have an ability to destroy it.
Yeah.
So say they nib you, they still get to keep the nib.
Yeah.
But because you get to pop something else, it means a lot of times you can trade 2 for 1.
Yeah. Which is always pretty good.
Yeah. So
did you do anything this time around with that deck differently than when you did it before?
Yes.
Okay.
I kept in Branded Fusion.
You took it out before?
Yeah, I took it out before because you want to, like, there's synchro lines more so with the Magistus variant than just the regular Draco branded. So I was like, you get level 8 locked, you get fusion locked by Rahu, Malulu, and then Branded Fusion also like a hard lock for anything else in the extra deck, where the other ones are like, from this point on, you can't do X. Branded Fusion's like, you can't even do this the turn you activate this card. Okay. So in a lot of hands, if you open Branded Fusion and like, say the normal summon Magistus guy, you have to decide which way you want to go, because summoning that guy is going to take away your ability to use Branded Fusion, then you have a dead card.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So, but this time around, I was like, fuck it, it's fucking Branded Fusion. It's craziest card in the game. So
Yeah.
I kept it in. Branded Fusion, make Albion, send Spenta as your light spellcaster, and Fallen of White.
Yeah.
And then you have Albion, you don't even use its effect. Then you go Spenta, equip it with the Magistus card that lets you search Artemis. Artemis searches Crowley. Crowley summons. Crowley fuses. You fuse Albion and Crowley
Yeah.
to make Zoroa.
Yeah.
So a lot of steps to get to one place.
Yeah.
Easy to stop, but that's off one Branded Fusion.
Yeah.
So now, if you've spent whatever, an Ash to stop that play,
Yeah.
or a Bell or whatever,
Yeah.
now I just do my regular Draco Tail combo.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Which is pretty cool. But also, if you don't stop that play, at the end of my turn, not only do I have this monster negate and pop, the Albion and Grave that I use to fuse is going to set me a Fallen in the Virtuous. And then if I used like any Cartesia, Ecclesia, whatever, their triggers are met by that fusion having gone to Grave. So it's like crazy resource game.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you've opened Cartesia or whatever a way into it, you're not locked at this point. So it's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. It says something when if Draco Tail were to get like hit hard.
Yeah.
You
There's
could still
options.
play the deck. Like you could do like a branded Magistus, or if you still want to play the Draco Tail stuff, just to kind of have it there.
Yeah.
Let's say if Fey Mana gets hit to 1, you just have your 1 Fey Mana, so you have 2 additional spots for 2 other things.
Yeah.
And then you have it just gives you 2 additional spots. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So that means you can kind of navigate as you wish. If it means more Magistus cards or more branded cards, or just more hand traps kind of thing. So that's pretty good. So that way you don't like brick maybe on too many Fey Manas for less consistency on Draco Tail, but it is like a backup of just you just have that there.
Yeah. It was fun. I enjoyed playing it. It felt like when I've played it in the past, it felt like there was too much going on.
Yeah.
This time I felt like maybe it's because I've played so much of Draco Tail branded, leaning into it. I just felt like I knew what everything did, and I say that and then I upload the video. People are gonna be like, "Yo, you misplayed. You can't do that." But during it, it felt good, and it felt good to win again, dude. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like a while, so yeah. I was getting in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat Dan for a while there, so I was happy to get it done. How about you, man? It's been a journey.
Yeah.
You went from playing Blue Eyes,
played
a little Art Mage, played a little Doomsy. We talked about these kind of things last time you were on.
Yeah.
But then you kind of landed on Dark Magician plus Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
You played that for a while.
Yeah, it was like a week though, to be fair. But I did try it, and it was like fun for what it was. And
it's cool to play both cards.
Yeah, and like because the one engine just doesn't like it's splashable because of the Azumina.
Yeah.
It's like you could hardly say it's Dark Magician because you just got Diabell into a D-mod.
Did you see that meme where it's like the Diabell and she's like looking in the mirror and it's D-mod?
No,
like the
that's funny.
Cat with the lion.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But that's basically what it is, right? It's just like a cope. That was my cope Dark Magician Blue Eyes mechanism. Because you could do full Blue Eyes plays and then end on like 2 Omni negates just from the Azumina D-mod stuff. Which is crazy because like what that puts up is a better board than Primite Blue Eyes.
Sure.
But it just wasn't really the same, and you did have to like spend a lot of resources to do it. But it was kind of fun for what it was, and there was times where I just like would pass on just not a great board.
Yeah.
Because if they like droll you for sure, you can't even like make a seals. Like at least if like they droll you after like a load, you can go like special Blue Eyes and then just make a seals and pass on that at the very least, and or like have a drill beam live at the same time. So it's one of the two, but nonetheless, it was like kind of whatever. But I know someone liked it, so we'll have to do a deck list for that and kind of post it for the vibes because it was fun. Like it was definitely a fun deck to play, especially like getting the best of both worlds.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely all gas. Like uninterrupted, you basically all win. Like you definitely win for sure. once you have the full board, and it wasn't hard to do. And then yeah, last week, like for that event, I played just Shining Sark Azumina stuff. So that way the deck only really special summoned. It didn't ever normal summon. So I would put in like Lava Golem was the tech.
You Lava Golem me in that tournament.
Yeah, it kind of like it helps. I was actually the only time I actually like drew into it, and I played 3 of it, which kind of sucked. And I also play Book of Eclipse, which just forces everything down. And the reason why I do that going second is because there's Gandora. So with everything face down, and like unless you have like an imperm and droplet, like you're not gonna stop it otherwise. And if I can face down all your monsters, then I can just board wipe you and then just make Gandora.
And then you get points for how much cards get banished,
off
right?
the
That's
effect.
the rationale. Okay.
And then off that effect, you can special summon a Shining Sark monster, to which you can special summon DMG or Dark Magician, and then you
secrets or whatever. Yeah.
So if I have not used the Shining Sark like a spell card yet, then I go DMG, place Shining Sarcophagus, go DMod, and I basically just game you at that point. That's the idea, but I never actually got to even like utilize the Book of Eclipse either because it just didn't come up, unfortunately. Yeah. But the plays were there going second, which was pretty neat. And then otherwise, this is kind of like whatever. Again, just it is definitely not as much gas as the Blue Eyes Azumina stuff. Yeah. Just because Shining Sark in itself isn't very push friendly. And to establish a board, you do need both engines to establish a decent board. If you only have Shining Sark as the starter engine, then you're only getting a Dragoon. Yeah. Nothing crazy. So a Dragoon, then you're having like hand traps, I suppose. But if you do only like starters, Shining Sark starters, pretty ass. So, so it didn't do too hot then. I think it was like 5 rounds. So I did X3, and then played Thursday. I played that same deck because I was gonna switch it up to like K9 Archmage. I just didn't have time that week to put it together. Yeah. And which is good because Dan forgot to bring the Noroi, so that worked out. So I was like, glad that it wasn't the case. Yeah. And then I think I got 1 round. Like I won 1 game against Stefan, I think, and then the other 2 matches I lost. And
did we play? No,
we didn't duel. I played Charles, Stefan, and I played Dan. So it went Stefan first, then Dan, and then I played Charles next. Right. And then I found myself like, I wouldn't say like coaching in a condescending way, but I was like coaching Stefan like round 1, because he had like droplet and he was ready. He was gonna scoop, and I was like looked at his hand. I was like, just send this and this, and my Dragoon's dead, and like run
nuances,
it over. Yeah. So, and then he did that, and then ended up winning that match. So, and then Charles was using like Yummy Assist. Yeah. And the way it works is like you bounce 2 face up Yummy cards, and you can add any card from your graveyard back to your hand. Yeah. So he just added back the droll that he had engraved. So crazy. I was like, can you do any card? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, why don't you do like he was gonna do the field spell and the trap and add something. I was like, if it says any card, why not just add droll back? Because it is my turn right now. Yeah. And then you could just shut me down. So he did and drolls me. So then I was like, okay, well, I passed. Yeah. So then that costed me the match, which But again, that's the point of Matt CS though. To be fair,
who knows your deck or how to beat your deck better than you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, bro, that's why I was going crazy. Like since the branded cards came out, like the Fallen of the White and whatever, and after the ban list, apologies. I was like, dude, just Ash Rahu. Yeah. I kept trying to tell everybody. Yeah. And then the Ash Lucaeus, Ash Branded Fusion. Yeah. And I would just be like, guys, please, just Ash Rahu. Then they have no traps. Yeah. What are you worried about? Yeah. And time again. And then motherfuckers start Ash and Rahu, and I'm like, you see how you're beating me, right?
Yeah.
Like,
now once you told me that, then I was like, it was better. And it was like, especially at post-ban list. I think that's what I started doing every time, and that definitely made a difference. And if I had the Imperm, I would take the risk on the Lucaeus, because rather than the Arthalion.
Oh, really?
Because I found that more times than not, when you would go Lucaeus, you just didn't have Fey mana.
Yeah, the thing is though, like,
it's not necessarily true. Yeah, because it is. I'm gambling, and that's what I am doing. Is I am gambling on that, but I always took that risk because then I was like, because you would just pass sometimes because you would set pass.
But the thing is, like, it's a difference of 1,200 attack points. Yeah, like between Lucaeus and Arthalion. Yeah, but the risk is full combo.
Yes, yeah.
So
for
if
sure.
you hit the Lucaeus, and I do have a way to get rid of it and have it resolve,
yeah,
then you're fucked up,
yeah,
right? If you just hit the Arthalion, you're for sure shutting down a trap card that they're going to set, which makes the board easier to crack.
if you hit the Arthalion,
Yeah, if you imperm the Arthalion
you're still gonna get your sets though off your materials that you send.
that I use
Typically.
for the Femena, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
So I guess like what I'm saying is like if I imperm Lucaeus and you don't have Femena, you get no trap set. But then if I imperm Arthalion, you still get trap set, but you can't bring back your Femena on the
Yes.
follow up. So
Yeah.
like that is the risk, but it's like
But in most cases, like
Yeah.
in that scenario, you're Femena fusing
yeah,
Lucaeus and something in hand.
yeah,
It would have to be a Draco Tail for them to get more than one. And
Yeah.
so in that situation, then they're going to set a spell card, which is now going to let them fuse and get the traps.
yeah,
So you go Imperm, Arthalion.
yeah,
So now they might not even have a Rahu target in hand
yeah,
because you didn't let them add anything back. They
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
on Droplet and like, I don't know, Imperm or whatever,
FMV,
right?
Whatever.
Yes. So then when you hit the Arthalion, and they set the Rahu, now they have nothing.
Yeah.
There's a Rahu that doesn't work because they don't have a body,
Yeah.
and a 3K guy.
Right.
So like I get what you're saying though. You hit the Lucaeus, it's like, haha, your turn's over and
Yeah.
you have a dweeb on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but it's just so much more risky.
Yeah. I see
when
what you mean.
the
Yeah.
alternative is like you're gonna win anyways.
Yeah.
Like if you imperm Arthalion and then Ash the Rahu, they're fucking.
Yeah.
At best, they've got like they drew in the branded stuff and they have like FAV set.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I see the reason there. I just take the risk at that point, but I do understand the need to just
Yeah.
let them get Arthalia or get the Femena and then just imperm the Arthalion after. But nonetheless, yeah, those were my last couple weeks. I only played Thursday this past week. I didn't go Sunday. I was thinking about it, but I was like, eh. And then, but I'll try to go this Sunday because it is the Burst Protocol like pre-release sneak peek tourney.
Blazing Dominion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, Blazing Dominion. So that's going to be exciting set, good set.
I didn't
think.
realize that was already.
I
That's
know
crazy.
it's already May.
Yeah,
just
that is
nuts.
the good news about all this Lucaeus Arthalion talk.
Yeah.
If you don't got it by now,
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about it because
Yeah.
the format is hopefully changing
Hopefully
on
yeah.
the horizon.
So
So what we're looking at essentially is Cool Tune.
support
We're looking at Doomsy gets a bit of a bump
Doomsy and Elf Note.
and Elf Note.
Elf Note's the big one with the Elf Note
Yes.
Regina.
I'd say like Cool Tune's a big one.
Yeah,
That's
Cool Tune's
probably-
the biggest one because like it is supposed to be like the meta changing S tier
Yes.
deck. But in addition to that, that people are looking forward to is Elf Note Regina.
Yep.
So that's why I also made sure to get my Elf Note cards
Yes.
ahead of time because I knew that those like the Lucina is going to be hella
Yeah.
expensive. All I need is like Seraphim, which was like a $3 card last time I checked, anyways. But yeah, that one I need to get my hands on. No rush because it's going to be like I think it's like $80-$90.
Seraphim's a synchro, like the big bird.
The red
I'll
one,
just
yeah.
give you one, yeah.
Okay.
That one.
But that one, but yeah, so like the new, like it's gonna be a secret rare and it's gonna be like $80. I think the pre-orders are around there. So I'm gonna give it like 2 weeks after release, unless we like pull it
Yeah.
through. Like I'll buy a box. I'll buy probably 2 boxes of this one, because the money I was gonna put towards like Rarity 5, I'm just gonna put towards that, which is like 2 boxes, and the value out of that is gonna be a lot higher. And plus the new Solemn card is pretty cool. So that's like a new
There's some
one.
big money secrets in this set.
Yeah, and the new hand trap.
Harmonia, yeah.
Yeah.
Solemn Scolding, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Look.
No, not Scolding. Scolding already came out. It's something else.
Secrets or something. The
Yeah.
one where she's whispering in his ear, whatever. Great card.
Yeah.
Negate something and then banishes all. It's kind of like
And you can't use it like that. Like if you have to pay 3K life, and they can't use that card's name for the rest of the duel, or the turn. One of the two, but I'm pretty sure it's the duel.
I think it's dual.
Yeah. So
I think
something like
neither player can use it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like something that has recurring effects.
Yeah.
For example, like surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stage landing, which
Yeah.
can be used multiple times in a turn.
I'd have to
would be
reread the
crazy.
wording because isn't there an element where like you banish the card, or is that Curse Seal that I'm thinking of?
I'm not sure. We'd have to
Yeah.
pull up the card. But then
Either way, yeah.
even the magnet bonding too can be used multiple
Yeah.
times. So cards like that can actually be used multiple times in a turn.
Yeah, it's like having 9 copies of a card.
Basically, yeah. Now it becomes like even tougher.
Yeah, you don't even get to resolve one.
But even in decks where they require like just the one,
Yeah,
because like it's kind of a no-brainer to just burn that 3K life points
Yeah.
if it means I hit your wishes and you can't make Tyrant anymore.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Especially because it's like it's a go first card. You put it in.
Yeah.
You kill Radiant Typhoon. You kill
MST is crazy.
Yeah, you kill any ritual deck. You kill like
ritual decks.
So for that, like I don't like this card.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have said it's like it's nice to get like good solid traps back, and a solemn trap in most cases is like a very meta or like staple card. They end up being that way. I'm not excited about this one.
Yeah.
I think this one's a little bit toxic.
And it's new, so it's gonna be unlimited off rip. So the fact you can decide 3 in, now you're risking the chance of like, because you're gonna burn 6K.
Yeah.
And then you're risking the chance of a second, like a third one just breaking.
I don't like cards that are like. For me, if you're like limiting the opponent's ability to use a specific card, that has to be a 1-for-1 in my opinion.
I agree.
And the fact that you can, like, I haven't done anything degenerate by activating, let's say, MST.
Yeah.
And by way of you haven't gone first, you're just allowed to say no, and you can't do it for the rest of the duel.
Yeah.
It to me, the solemn cards, why I think they've stayed in the game so long, and why they've like been on the ban list and off, and like we have to reevaluate how good these cards really are, because there's certain formats in the past where it's like, ooh, half life points is steep. That's like dangerous.
Yeah.
But super powerful card.
Yeah.
Got to a point where it was like, dude, that's free. Like if you have a no card, then paying half your life points when your opponent's not going to get a battle phase, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
You just kill him.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where like a year or two ago, it was at 3.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, throw it in the side. Why not? And some people were like, it's too slow.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like, yo, this card's got to go to 1 because I can't even remember what deck was playing at the time. But it was just like, this is not, this, like, you know, there's no restriction on this card besides the life point pay, which was meaningless.
Yeah.
All of that said, there's still a 1-for-1. I set a card. You try to do something. My set card stops what you do.
Yep.
But if you had another copy of that same card and it wasn't a hard once, and like you could just slap another one down. Magnet bonding, for instance. You could just go, yeah, okay, I'll try again. The fact that this one says like, yo, just for trying this, I'm gonna punish you.
Yeah.
There's now 2 useless cards in your deck.
Yeah.
To me, it's like there's no gamble aspect that I like had to do something shitty in order to receive. Like, look at a card like Sales Ban.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna say like, yo, you can't use this card this turn, but now I don't get to use it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think like this card is kind of like there's no drawback. Like 3,000 life points, who cares?
Yeah. You have to like basically try to get your opponent down below 3,000, or like in that range. But they're going to have used that card by then anyways, and they're only
you
going
can't
use
do
it.
that without having tried to combo.
Yes. Yeah. And they're only going to use it going first, so they're going to set it, and like that's the concern.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree. Like especially for decks where like they can't pivot off of a certain spell.
Yeah.
Like a ritual deck.
Yeah.
Like they need their spell. So if that gets hit, like yo, that the deck's done. Like it's just over. Hitting wishes, like it sucks, but then it's like, you could still kind of play differently. Just really shitty and slow.
The more I think about this, the more like I actually detest the solemn cards entirely.
Yeah.
And I've played them.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're counter traps and they negate activations or negate summons, like negate built-in summons. I was playing a game at last Sunday when we were playing the Mat tournament. And I was playing into a board against a Yummy player, a very good Yummy player at our locals, one of the best. And I'm like locked in. I'm sequencing the things I have in my hand, the way I'm like baiting out interactions and trying to get this guy to bite, and he's biting at certain points, like, and I'm like, okay, this is all going to facilitate me being able to actually crack the board. John, Steve's like friend of the show, he's watching. He plays the same deck as me. He's locked into it. He can see what I'm trying to accomplish. Then it gets to the point where like I baited out most of the stuff he's had. Normal summon Lucaris effect to add. He flips Solemn Judgment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's so lame.
Yeah.
Because it's like this guy had the rug pull card the whole time.
Yeah.
So me having navigated this perfectly, there's still no way I could possibly win.
Yeah.
There's not an alternate line where I do something different. Like he would have had to be like dumb as bricks.
Yeah.
And like stop the first thing I did, and then I would have been.
Yeah.
But like, it just didn't encourage like good gameplay because like there was no way in which I could win.
Yeah, but the way I
By
look at-
virtue of him drawing that card.
yeah, but that just looks like it's just a 1-for-1 interaction, right? Like no different than if he just had a purge instead of that
Yes.
solemn. Like except this
Yeah.
time he doesn't lose half his life points because he could have just purged your
Yeah.
your Lucais and still would have resulted in the same thing,
Yeah.
right? So that's the thing.
But
right?
at least with Purge, like I can play around Purge, right? And
Yeah.
it's a normal trap.
Yeah,
So if I have anything to respond with it, I could.
Yeah.
You know, he could purge the Lucais. I could change Fate Mana, still get value out of the Lucais kind of thing.
Yeah.
But because it's a counter trap, it's just like,
you can't.
nah, it's like Super Poly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like, I guess it resolves.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lose.
Yeah. That's fair.
It was just a moment where I was so like, I might have, oh my God, dude,
Yeah.
there's fucking nothing I can do.
One last thing,
But
yeah,
That's judgment. And I'll take judgment, one of whatever. Feel Saki. It is Saki.
Yeah.
Anyone who tells you differently, I don't know. Like, it says stop anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of Saki.
yeah,
This card, I'm concerned about being the same thing on a higher level because it's going to be at 3, because it stops you activating things for an entirety of the duel, right? Kind of like Prohibition. And we saw Prohibition in Mat CS when Andreas was playing it.
Yeah.
And we saw him fuck up using it, actually.
Yeah.
He, like, Prohibition called the Zuna instead of calling, like, anything else.
yeah.
And he would have won the game or whatever. I can't really remember what happened,
okay.
but Prohibition is like, yo, you can't use this card. As long as this card's on the field, you can't use a card. Okay, MST, pop. Like, there's outs that are, like, fair.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you solemn judgment me, the only thing I could do is solemn judgment you, and I
Yeah.
didn't have time to set it because you went first.
Yeah.
So it feels to me like a card that, like, the era in which it was made for
Yeah.
has long since passed, and that's meant that it's been able to be played at 3 and sometimes.
Yeah.
But also, as we move towards a kind of more balanced game with more 1-for-1 interactions and more like skill decides gameplay or decides like match outcomes, using Saki cards like this are just kind of like annoying to me.
Yeah. So, and I guess, and you're right for that too. And I think like a part of me is thinking like, oh, what if they just change the wording to like 5k life points, where it's like you can't be like within that, like you can't use like a solemn judgment, pay half, and then use this and still be alive.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking also is that it's going to elicit more people to use like back row removal.
Yep.
So using your lightning storms
Yes.
and your feather duster specifically for this.
Yep.
Because I don't think this card in particular has an out by just your normal hand traps.
No.
So you have like you can't like
Oh, there's a counter trap too.
yeah, and there's that too, right? So like you couldn't ash it like you would like any of your Draco Tail traps. And
Yep.
like you said, it is a counter trap, so you need to like force it out
See, that's what I'm saying.
if
Like,
they want to even burn the life points.
compare this card to Draco Tail Flame.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy powerful card.
Yeah.
Like, especially in this modern game, Flame being a normal trap, so you can thrust it. Like Charles was mentioning this recently. Like, you can thrust. Some people just do that and they're not playing Draco Tail.
Yeah.
Grab Flame, set it. That's an interaction you have. You stop a spell.
Yeah.
And it dies to Ash Blossom and Bell,
And
which
Purge.
are very,
Yeah.
very popular card. Like, Ash is in everybody's deck.
Yep.
It would be rarity, like, for it not to be.
Yeah.
So like every deck by that rationale has an out to Draco Tail Flame, which is a very powerful card.
Yeah.
There's no deck out there that has an out to this card,
Yeah.
especially in the main deck.
Yeah.
So I love a match, like a 3-of match. I love siding. I really am starting to like not like toxic side cards.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, I'm going first, so why don't I throw 3 solemns in there? And it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's like making it too easy.
Yeah.
You know? I would much prefer things like where it's like, oh, you lost because the way you went about trying to break my board was suboptimal.
Yeah.
And I was able to see what you were trying to do and get ahead of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not you lost because I went first and I set 3 solemns and there's nothing you could have done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, well, let's go game 3, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
definitely
know.
see this card getting hit like real fast.
Yeah.
Like at least to one, because it is crazy that it is like you can now play 3 of it, which
Yeah.
probably people will play 2, because if you do open up 3, hypothetically speaking, then your third one is a brick. So people are probably gonna play this at 2 because it is 3K life.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's an interesting card, I suppose. In addition to your array of solemn cards that does
Yeah.
stuff. Because yeah, you can like stop them out of like all their spells or traps of a card that they have recursion for, but it's gonna hurt the decks that rely on those spells though, right?
Yeah.
Like you can use it on Case, but Case is only being used once anyway.
Yeah. It's like you hit Rahu with this thing, and it's like,
Okay, now your deck's like
yeah.
cooked, and now you just gotta worry about ashing a K2, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
But even like you hit Rahu with this thing, like if you don't win that game, you're trash.
Yeah.
Like just because that's one card that doesn't resolve. It's 2 less cards they can even activate.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I guess they could still set them. They
Yeah.
just couldn't use them.
Yeah.
But that's still ass, bro.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
They're either bricks you draw into or bricks that you set.
Yeah.
Either which way, it's like,
Yeah.
if you still lose to this, they just had the God Hand with the branded combos and everything.
Sure, but even then,
But
like
compared to what
yeah.
what other decks are playable in the meta, then yeah, it is. Like hitting Wanted would be terrible. Hitting Gaze would be terrible. Like
I
things
think
like
it
that.
is banish all copies from the deck. I'll
Yeah.
look it up. But yeah. I don't know. I think cards like this concern me.
Yeah.
And we
It
talked
could be
about this
problematic.
before with like the limit over collection in Japan, in the OCG, where like a lot of these cards like they read kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That concerns me because what I've been appreciating about the game as of late is this kind of lower to the ground triangle format esque
Yeah.
thing we've got going on. I am sick of it now.
Yeah.
It's been however many months, like 9 months
10
of
months.
the same thing, or at least the same decks in popularity.
Yeah.
Now the meta game has changed in how we pilot those decks,
Yeah.
and sub engines, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you're still going into a tournament in any given place, and you're going to see Yummy,
Draco.
VS K9, and Draco Tail,
Yep.
with a few other standout things here and there. So I am a little bit sick of it.
Yeah.
Though I think we're going to get to a point in the near future where we look back at the previous 9 months that we
Yeah.
had and like miss it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to get regarded as one of those like all-time formats of like,
Yeah.
yo, what were you playing during?
Justice Hunter.
And you're going to have to be like Blue Eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, because I do agree that within upcoming limit over stuff, it's like there are broken effects, but
Yeah.
they're broken effects to decks that are just dog shit anyways.
Yes.
So they just raise their ceiling a little bit more. And if it's enough to like compete in the metagame, that's fine. But if it becomes like broken, like broken, then I'm sure they're just gonna adjust as needed. The way they did with like Vanquish Soul, right? And so forth. So, but yeah, like that's the kind of, I guess, like as we talked about it, like the Solemn card is definitely one of the more concerning cards from this upcoming set. But you know, it's not the one that people speak on the most because people are talking about the support for the new decks.
Yes.
Which is also really good. And in addition to that, shout out to Stefan, but RDA support as well.
Yeah.
That's basically the whole point of this set, which is cool. So we're gonna see a new deck. You know, also like there's like the clown deck that gets being implemented too. So
I don't give a shit about the clown deck. Like, I'm sure it's going to be a good deck.
yeah.
Like, or fine or whatever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't interest me at all.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Nothing about clowns interests me, and that deck is just one of them. But we'll see, because it could just be one of those Mitsu decks where it's just like, oh, this is no one cares about, and then it's like a gong show.
The GMX cards are also getting support. We saw that recently,
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like, I think those cards look fine. I think the Jurassic Park but evil vibe is like fun.
Yeah.
I'm just not a dinosaur guy. Like,
No.
not that type of, on that side of the spectrum or whatever. But,
Yeah.
you know, I like
That's
swords.
not where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I like warriors and elves and spellcasters
Big
and
sword
dragons.
lesbians, baby.
Yeah.
But
No, like, so with that too, like, with additional support, we'll see what happens, because GMX is like dino stuff, so we can see some very obnoxious dinosaur builds.
Oh, I'm sure,
right?
dude, I'm
you know,
sure.
'cause those dinosaur cards do some fucked up effects, so
Dude, that's honestly like, we talk about this a lot, but that's why I love this game.
Yeah.
Because like, get a guy like John, John Prime.
Yeah.
And just like this guy loves playing dinosaurs.
Okay.
You know, Big Steve at Locals loves playing dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's support for the train deck coming out
Yeah.
in this set.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you know, the robots and the fucking, you know, then the waifus and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it covers so many.
Rocket ships, big spaceships.
It covers the big dragons that are like anthropomorphic guys.
Yeah.
It's just like big dragon guy.
Yeah.
It covers so much ground.
Yeah.
That there's like something for everyone,
Yeah.
you know, whether it's men or not is
Clowns,
different.
if you're into that too.
Yeah,
I guess.
type shit, dude.
So
Weird kink shit.
yeah, but yeah, it's like an interesting set, but also a good set, and hopefully it does shift it. But I think in addition to the set coming out, we also do need a ban list. I think.
Yeah.
I think it is about that time, like we just said not too long ago. This format has been
I'm okay with the ban list as long as it's all VS cards.
VS cards.
No, okay,
Damn,
cards. Yeah.
That's personal to do.
So I talked about this with Dan the other day. We're looking over his deck.
Yeah.
And he was even saying like he's kind of sick of playing the K9 cards.
Yeah.
And he was showing me other builds he'd kind of cooked up, and they were pretty cool. But he still wants to play Vanquish Soul.
Yeah.
I don't know at this point what you do to limit the K9 thing. Like you could hit Azuna, but like I almost feel that's a little too severe.
I think so too. I think it just ruins the deck.
Yes.
At that point,
It makes it unplayable. Yeah.
One, it's dead. Two is something, but it's also not great either. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's hard. It's a hard one to hit, but whatever they do hit would just gut it. And I think banning any card, like even if it is Joko, is just.
See, I almost feel as though like the entirety of the main deck cards could stay.
Yeah.
At their current ratios.
Yeah.
And I think you just ban Ripper.
Okay. Because
not only is it like a +2, like it's also a monster negate.
Yeah.
And the hand trap negate specifically.
Yeah. Well, monster negate. It has to be like a monster in hand though.
No, yeah, I guess you couldn't just stop an impulse or whatever. But it's just too good.
Yeah.
And it gets a bonus if you've already tried to hand trap them.
Yeah.
Or if you try to hand trap the Ripper and they negate it, then its first effect still resolves to get 2 cards instead of 1.
Yeah.
I just think it's too good. And John Steves pointed this out to me at one point, and he was like, you know how fucked up it is that like they activate the first effect of Ripper, I hand trap it, and then they get to stop it too.
Yeah.
All in one thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He's like, no, like, because he hadn't played the game in a while. He was like, the fact that like it doesn't say you can only use one of these effects per chain.
Yeah.
That like
both
there's no risk to making the Ripper.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, like it's insulated.
The second card to get is if you use a hand trap.
If you've used a monster effect in hand or grave.
So does it work in that same chain?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because
that is even crazy.
Yes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if they search with Ripper, you try to Ash the Ripper, which would be dumb.
Yes.
To put it out there. But if you did,
yeah.
then when the chain 1 resolved, because it go chain 1 Ripper, chain 2 Ash, chain 3 Ripper, negate Ash.
Yeah.
When chain 1 came back around, yes, you have activated a card. I just negated it.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything. You just gave me a +1.
Yeah.
So I go neg, and you get 2 cards instead of 1. It's so ass, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So
my thing is with that deck too is like Ripper in itself is like the least of my concerns with the decks that I play, I suppose.
Yeah.
My bigger one is like the Nash Knight, for example, or the 104 because of how like it's a monster negate plus hand rip plus and your life points. That's crazy. So I do think I can see that being on the ban list. They just reprinted it, so they're just gonna fucking axe it like they did with Baron the Fleur and whatever. And then with Nash Knight, the fact that it's like a non-target suck up is actually kind of broken because you can't really interact with it unless you have an Omni negate. And most decks don't really put up. I can't say most decks, but quite a few decks don't put up like an Omni negate. And if they do, it's like in some sort of supplementary engine, and like you're just relying on a lot, or you have to like bait out that negate. Yeah. So I say that because I keep getting my Dragoon sucked up, and that sucks. But the reality of it is like that. It's true. It does stink, and the fact that it's just a very generic 2/5s is all it takes, and the deck can put that up with K9 or not too hard. Like Jialong and Holly Sue will get you there. And so if you fucked over K9 as bad as you could, they could still make a Nash Knight that just takes your monsters. I can deal with a Ripper and move on. 'Cause even if I bait a hand trap to negate, then that like makes like my nib live, and that's what their biggest thing is. And sometimes they don't fall into the nib, so then they either take the Ash or they take the nib. They pick one or the other. But that also does require 2 hand traps.
Exactly.
To be fair, and that it is what it is. But then people are also playing like Imperm still. Some people are also still playing like droplets as well. So like hitting those cards isn't too difficult. And yeah, you can make the argument like you can Imperm the Nash Knight, and you can also Imperm or like droplet the Nash Knight as well. But I think the taking away your boss monster basically at no cost.
Yeah, I don't like the turn 0 Nash Knight play. Like that to me feels a little too good or too strong.
Yeah.
Though I don't like being Nash Knighted. It doesn't feel as game breaking to me as I can't activate things in hand anymore because you have a free negate.
Yeah.
So the hand traps that I did draw in order to try to balance the playing field, you've checked them by now. Having this, like the Ripper, but Nash Knight, like I don't love it, but I feel like there's way more ways to out a Nash Knight, like you say, like Imperm, sure, Valor, whatever. Certain things, even those ones are kind of tough to do turn 0, like if you're the player going first, but like falling in the Virtuous from hand. It can't attach anything if it doesn't have itself on field kind of thing. But not all decks are playing those cards. So like I understand the frustration, but I don't believe that Nash Knight's a bannable card.
I think
also
the rank up ability too. It's like they take your monster and then they go into this monster negate, then rips you and then cuts you half in life point. Like that is like that linear process is crazy. Whereas
now the thing is, if that's the K9 end board, though, I don't have that much of a problem with it. Because, like, for me, that even fits kind of like the vibe of the K9 cards of like spamming the field or whatever. Not the lore or whatever, because it's Nash Knight. But if there was a deck that was Xyz monsters and they make their boss monster by stealing one of yours, using it as material, overlaying on top, and then detaching a bunch of materials to make this boss monster, I don't really have a problem with that. Even though the boss monster says half my life points, hand rip, and negate, which is crazy. It's been a long time since I lost a game to C104. Because it's like, it's a monster negate on field. So it's like, okay, I could do a bunch of other things before I've gotten to that spot. Or chain block it, So it doesn't feel like that crazy to me. If the only cards you have in hand are like, I have to normal summon activate effect, then it's like, okay, I'm losing the C104. But if you have any other type of board breaker or like extender, you're fine. Of course, if they rip the extender from hand as way of that, then you're cooked. But that feels to me more balanced than the Ripper of like, it took me 2 5s to make this, and now I'm insulated. Where it's like the best extender in the game because it's giving you the like. Not only is it an extender, but it insulates the rest of your play. That's too crazy to me. And I don't think it's a problem. Like, because Andreas was saying like ban Azuna, it's too good. Like how? What does Azuna do that's like making it too good? Well, it makes Nash Knight turn 0. Okay, so would you ban Nash Knight? No? Okay, then what's the real problem here? So by that logic, I would say, like, yes, ban Nash Knight. That gets rid of the problem entirely. But I don't know if they view it that way. Like, Nash Knight's causing such a disturbance, right?
No, they don't. It's Ripper or C104, I think, are the 2 cards that's, like, would be looked at. And I don't think Ripper... I don't know. I don't think 104 should get hit because it's like not many decks are just making it like that. If you're playing K9 package, you're playing Ripper, so that's why that would be hit. But if you're playing K9 package, it doesn't always mean you're gonna play 104. But now that it's reprinted, you probably will be because like you have access to it a lot easier. Which is like all the more reason I could see it just being on the ban list because it's something to ban, and it's like, oh wow, like they're actually like looking at a really broken card. But in my view of it, like, you take out Nash Knight, they're not even going that way anyways, right?
Yeah,
Like they could probably like
it takes out the whole 104 play.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then like you don't even need to hit this card. You just got to hit the card that like gets there.
Yeah.
So,
Like I wouldn't be opposed if they hit Nash Knight.
Yeah.
It's less problems for me.
Yeah, and
Now I think business wise, that's not their approach.
yeah,
Because allowing people to keep playing 3 Azunas is not good for business because they're not selling Azunas anymore.
No.
And there's no plans to reprint it in the near future. Like you would have assumed because we got Femena reprint
yeah. So
in
that's
this
what
set.
I'd anticipate that getting hit.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it didn't get a reprint.
Is
Now
it?
that I think about it, yeah.
So that's probably what. Like I think it won't get hit.
Yeah.
And if it does, it'll get limited to 2. I don't see it being 1 because if it's at 1, the deck does die.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see it as a secret in the tins as well. That's also the other thing. But again, it still doesn't make sense. Like the way they decided what got reprinted from the Justice Hunter stuff in the set made no sense.
Seemingly random.
They should have just done more with the cards or none of them at all and just saved it for the tins.
It might unfortunately be what you say it is, and that these are the ones that are getting hit, and this is
But I do think Ripper sucks because you can't use hand traps. But the way I look at it is like just bait it, because if they're a good player, they're just gonna like not even like that like Dan said, he'll wait for Nib. Like that's what he'll
stop the thing that
he'll
kills
stop.
you,
That's what he'll go for. But then there are other people that stop the Ash that you'll like use or the Bell, and then it's like, okay, perfect. Now I can use my other hand effects, whether it might be like Maiden or if it's another hand trap, right? Because you just have to now think twice or like as you would like in Yu-Gi-Oh, be able to just kind of pivot from now I can't just Ash that easily because if he negates it, then now I have nothing. But if I Ash it, they negate the Ash. Now I don't have to worry about my Maiden getting negated. Yeah, that's how I look at it, right? So you just want to like it makes you think about it, and I think that's how the game should also be played in at the same time.
So I mean though, bro, like say they take Ripper out of that equation, then you Ash whatever other extender they play.
Yeah.
And now your Maiden resolves anyways because they're on board with the C104 and you don't activate on the field.
Yeah.
So
but then they go Nash Knight and they take whatever boss monster I make because I can't stop it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's like the fact that you could it's a non-target. That's the biggest thing. If it was a target take, that's a different story because there's cards that like Dragoon can't be targeted. There's Blue Eyes cards that protect from targeting. That's a different story. But because it's just like I'll just take your monster, it's crazy. And like that's also like Drastius, like the Doom Z monster, is also crazy because on summon equipped, and then it's a monster negate, and then they take another monster. Yeah. So it's like that's 2 cards off your board, which is like kind of crazy. But the deck isn't strong enough for it to warrant that hit yet. Yes. But if the deck was meta, it would be a different conversation. We might be talking about that card as opposed to Nash. Yeah. But then now you mix the 2 together. That's why like the K9 approach with that was like I just take all your fucking cards. I've taken 3 cards off your field.
Non-targeting effects I think have to be very mid.
Yes.
Like if you look at Draco Tail, pop a spell trap, pop a monster, negate a monster effect.
Yeah. Maybe remove like the quick effect aspect to it because the fact that you could just chain. So after they burn the Omni negate, then it could be like, okay, now I'm gonna take you. Yeah. Right. So if you have to make like an ignition like once per turn, so on your turn specifically.
Yeah, the fact that you could do it turn 0 is the big problem.
That's the big thing. So I think you're right. You just gotta make it mid. So that's what you gotta think twice. So put it down at the level of like a targeting effect. Right?
Because it's like Dragoon can't be targeted, can't be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
But my non-target Malulu checks the Dragoon.
Yeah.
And now you have a normal monster.
Yes.
And even Malulu is like, when that card was at 3, people were upset. Like people were, you or yourself were like, yo, ban this card.
Yeah, it's nutty.
But to me, I think Malulu's like fine in that like it gets around people thinking like, oh, I'll make this Towers monster and win. Where it's like, nah, like this card can check that card.
Yeah.
Now, when you get an actual Towers that's like unaffected, then non-targeting or not.
That's the annoying thing. It's like, because I get that. Because like to then you're only out to that card is deck called by. Yeah. Right. Or like if you are stupid and put in on the wrong chain, and you don't chain block it, and I just can negate it in Grave with Spirit, for example. Sure. Like then the card isn't so great. But like the fact that there's so little things that I can do to it to negate it is kind of tough. Like, I don't know if I could even DD Crow it in time for it to, like, even not trigger.
Lulu?
Yeah.
I That's a good point.
Because if you're player
No.
priority,
No, you couldn't.
right? Because it's still activate, then it gets into a different place. But because they already activated in grave,
Yeah, it
there's
gets sent
non-target
to
pop.
grave at the resolution of whatever's fusion summoning. So
'cause
it's
it's a new
already
chain.
too late. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
It is annoying.
yeah.
It is.
So 3 of it's like kind of crazy, and the fact that it's like a little weenie that does it, like you just fuse them off.
It'll be dragon.
Branded fusion, you can use it
Yeah.
off Feyman or whatever. Like there's a lot of ways to just get them in grave. So that's why I have all the cards. That's why I get that one being at 1.
Yeah. Plus, he's Cartesia on the board too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like he does. So you can just use his effect often.
I
And then the
gotta
recursion
say, like,
of Arthalion. So
when I have these conversations with you about like how much you don't like playing against Draco Tail,
Yeah.
like, or like at least some of the specific interactions,
yeah.
I'm always reminded that my experience is so much different than that of like most other people playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now, right? Because I don't like playing into VSK9.
Yeah.
Everyone who's not playing VSK9, or even some of them who are,
Yeah.
shares the same sentiment.
Yeah.
Right? There's very few Draco Tail players I've lost to ever.
Yeah.
Like Sam's one of them.
Yeah.
Deej is one of them. One of them is like one of the better players at our locals.
Yeah.
And everyone else, like maybe I've lost to them once.
Yeah.
Like some like randos, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
John, for instance, like John's a very good Draco Tail player, but you know he's kind of stepped back from the game since our regional run. So especially since then, I like the Draco Tail players I've played against. This is like it's a cooking.
Yeah.
You know, I've been playing the deck for however many months.
Yeah. Yeah.
When someone grabs it off the shelf and whatever, it's kind of like you know,
Amateur.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to hype myself up. I'm not that good, but like
No, it was like that with me with Blue Eyes though. That's
Type
the thing,
shit.
right? So, but because like Draco Tail's one of the meta decks, is a different perspective
yes,
to it.
yeah.
And like I wouldn't say it's the worst thing to like duel against. Like I think it's definitely one of the better ones of the trio.
Mhm.
Obviously matched up against, it's like I had to really adjust, especially with cards like Flame that would hurt Blue Eyes decks like pretty hard. So I need to like check that and watch where I use like Ash and Bell, because like what's gonna hurt me more, you know, if you add back off Arthalion or if you can draw and you let a flame go off, right?
Yeah.
So it's decisions like that, which I've like learned over time. So because of that, you'd be like like one of the toughest Draco Tail players I've dueled, because when it does come to like other players, I'm like, oh, it's actually not so bad.
Yeah.
Because they don't like utilize certain combo lines as good as like you might with the deck. So then it's like, oh, okay, I can just beat this guy now.
I think since the new support came out, like Fallen of the White Dragon, John S has got to be the only Draco Tail player I've lost to.
Yeah.
I could be misremembering.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain that's accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe like Sherwood.
Yeah.
But yeah,
John does really well with the branded stuff, so that's where like it also does.
That's the crazy thing
screw
too.
me up more,
the last 2 times I played against a branded player, and this guy like, I was like, oh, you got the structure deck? He's like, nah, man, I've been playing this deck like since day one.
Yeah.
I
There's
was
people
like,
who
oh,
just
you're
don't
one
let
of
that
those
go.
guys. Yeah. And he's good.
Yeah.
And anytime I'm like trying to find the spot to interact, I'm like too late, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's like way ahead of me here.
Yeah.
And our games always go like, it's coming down to time, and I'm like, nah, man, like you got it. Like I've been outplayed.
Yeah.
I haven't lost, but I'm like, nah, man. Like
branded is like surprisingly crazy when it's like, obviously when it has all the right cards like in rotation, but like it just has so much push and searching and stuff. Like unless you like droll it, like it actually just keeps going, because it can eat hand traps pretty well. And they also have so many different like sets that just fuse.
Especially now, like the fucking with the synchro line.
Yeah.
Like you don't die because your branded fusion doesn't resolve, because like I have Ash in hand. I'm like, I'm just waiting for branded fusion.
Yes.
Then this guy synchros, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So I'm like, then I'm thinking like, oh, I have to stop the synchro.
Yeah.
But then you just keep the synchro on board. You just do it next turn.
Yeah.
So it's like they took the problem with branded, which is like, you lose to Ash.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, well, you still lose to Ash, but you have follow up still. So
and there's so many branded spells and traps that work on your turn that they don't need to like get branded fusion. And they have like, I think was it white or red that like fuses on your turn by taking your monsters as well. Basically a super poly. And like that's what a guy did to me once when I was first trying out Dark Condition, and he just made Dragoon off my monster. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. So I was like, that's just the way. Like it's just like the deck is actually like if you know how to play it well.
It's interesting to watch someone who's like really committed to the deck.
Yeah.
Pilot it with the new support because you're like, damn. Yeah. There's a lot of cool interactions in there. Like I, as a half branded player, it's like I never considered like, you know, like I've never read Quem and I won't, but like, there's a lot of cool interactions I've seen pulled off with it. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. But also back to just briefly, like where we talked about like the non-target effects, how they can be kind of broken.
Right.
It's like they're broken and they do hit like basically every card in the game except Liger, and that's what also bugs me is like, despite how broken this might be against, you know, an Omni Negate like Dragoon, right, or anything else that's like actually busted, it just there's nothing that you can do against the Liger. So you can do the Nash Knight play, but who cares? Because as long as they have Liger, you're not really going over top of it. And if they have two, good luck, right? So it doesn't even matter if you're like doing V as K9, because the deck just eats so much hand traps and does so much that like it's just very annoying. So
Liger's a fuck like.
The
Liger's
only
a
reason
dumb card.
it's a really stupid card. It's a god card without actually being a god card, and that sucks because god cards are also dog shit. Yeah. So it's just hard to like it's heartbreaking to see. What this card can do when the cards that are supposed to be gods don't do that.
I like okay, so it's hard for me. Like I don't have a leg to stand on here because I was playing Dogma when I was playing pure Draco branded.
Yeah.
Which is unaffected, but there's conditions to the unaffected nature of it.
Yeah.
So like. There's outs to it in that, like, if I don't have an Ecclesia Engraver on field, it's no longer unaffected.
But what's its effect as well? Is it just board wipe?
No, it's
just
like
cause
it's a fucking shuffle back. Yeah, that's
a target shuffle back too, or no?
Yeah, no, non-target shuffle back, 2 or 3 on summon. On summon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, it's a good card. It's 3,500. It's unaffected. It's usually like I'm winning this game, bro.
Yeah.
And like, guy would be like, yeah, okay, I have no out to that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you would like summon OG Albaz, fuse 2 of their things, and be like, yeah, he's unaffected.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, let's go next.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's more so the threat of it makes your opponent play differently because like they can't get to a spot where they don't have a point of removal when you have Albaz out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it just changes the landscape of the game on the meta level.
Yeah.
It's not like my win condition is summoning the unaffected guy.
Yeah.
If that was the win condition, I'd be in a pretty rough spot, right?
Yeah.
But all that said, like it's still not a Raigeki built in.
That's also the craziest thing. Is like special summon monsters can just get like you can blow out off your board. So it's like, well, there's nothing that I could possibly normal summon to out that monster, and whatever I need to summon to out it by attack will be special summons. So unless I bait out those special summons effects, I'm not winning. And most times than not, like if you can use it twice, like even if you have the one time, I'm not recuperating from that. Right? There's no chance that I could recuperate. And if you know the deck you're playing against too, you know exactly where to like pop their board and then go from there. So
it's like just having having a nib that doesn't like. I mean, it's Raigeki. It's like it's
like if you're like if I were to be using that deck and I play against a Blue Eyes player, I'm gonna make sure I Raigeki their board before they get Jet out. Mm-hmm. That's their only like protection.
Sure.
Because then Jet just dies if you have it out, and then it's like, okay, as long as they don't have a second Liger, then I'm chilling because now I can just climb over it with like Tyrant and make it really strong. But like, there's like that's one way to think about it. But the fact that you can play 2, they can make 2 easy. It's fucking crazy. And
it's kind of like
make
if
a Baguska
compare,
too.
And
their Baguska doesn't do anything.
Liger, it's crazy.
It's so such a dumb card, and the fact that it's getting a reprint too. In the legendary decks,
support for it,
which is fucking wild because I didn't want of all the decks did not want to see that. People like have access to it so easily.
There's certain decks where I'm like, those are for those little freaks that like playing those decks. And I hope no one else ever picks them up. You know, and this is one of those. And now that it's gonna be a lot more accessible, that's gonna be annoying. So dumb, dude. It's so dumb.
Which I hope it then warrants a ban list like ASAP kind of thing, where this deck just becomes like it just hasn't topped enough or to be a concern, and that's why Liger hasn't been
hit
yet. But otherwise, it would
that's a
have.
good point. That's
right?
a good
Like
point.
it just, and that's the unfortunate thing. So okay, well now I got to figure out what other decks are doing or what it takes to make sure that you don't put yourself in this position.
Dude, I
But
fucking
it's so annoying.
hated that
It's tough.
point in time where we all had to play some pseudo Liger out in
Yeah.
our side decks, and it's just like, oh, I have less room to
Yeah,
play.
you gotta fucking play Kaijus as like one of your outs.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, now that it's gonna be not meta relevant, but like more accessible. Now you might have to consider doing like Kaijus, and that's like that is kind of fucking ass, right? So,
I like your point though in that if this, I mean, I don't know if I could stomach, going to my locals and half the people there are on Lunalight. Like I don't know if I could play that format, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's just like a boring deck to play against too,
Yeah.
because like I either have an answer for the gold Leo, or you full combo no matter what hand trap I threw at you, and I have to deal with the Liger.
Yeah.
It's just boring. But yeah, if that is the case, then it gets hit, and then we never have to worry about making weird concessions in our side decks again.
Yeah. Because Liger is the biggest issue. Because whatever else they make is suboptimal and outable.
Yeah.
So it's like, because all it takes for Bakuska is an imperm, and you fucking run it over.
Exactly.
Right. But I can't imperm. I can't FNV. I can't droplet the Liger. I can't do anything to it. Can't Nash Knight. Can't Malulu.
And again, there's no conditions for its unaffectedness. It's just that is what it is.
Yeah.
It is unaffected by anything except for Lunalight cards.
Yeah.
So it's like you either have to be playing in a mirror match, or again playing weird cards in your side or extra to facilitate an out to this one card.
Yeah. And the only
I think that's stupid.
And the only card I can think of that works on it is like evenly matched, but like it's kind of a no brainer to just leave that.
Yeah, leave that.
That's the
one.
only card.
Yeah.
Because
you're not in a better position. Like you may be out the Baguska and the SP that way, and whatever sets or whatever they have.
Yeah.
But you were doing that anyways. It's not it doesn't hurt the Liger. Yeah.
So
there is some line where some sort of ruling mechanism, if you evenly a Lunalight player, they have to do the Liger because something else has to stay.
Oh.
Like they can't leave. But again, that's like a 2-card board breaker combo. That's like probably pretty.
You're not gonna splash that in, right?
Yeah, and if you do, then again you're making concessions into your side deck to play a deck that you're probably not going to see.
Yeah, and the fact that like you can't even like negate its effects, like say the board wipe effect, you can't protect yourself from it. So like even if it's unaffected by doing stuff to it, like I can't imperm whatever, I can't like protect myself from that special.
Yeah,
thing. Unless I have a card that specifically says like
compared to Murakumo. Murakumo is annoying as fuck.
Yes.
And it comes back from grave. But there's so many points to interact with it.
Yep.
Where you can stop that board wipe.
Yeah.
Right? It happens on summon. If you clear it before it has a chance to activate, it misses timing.
Yeah.
If it goes to grave and tries to come back, you could bell it.
Yeah.
You could ash it. You could purge it. Whatever. If you've played Droll, it doesn't even come back.
Yeah.
You only have to worry about that first ritual summon of it in the first place, right?
Yeah.
If you went first, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I compare that to, and like also a very powerful meta-defining card. Actually, probably seeing more play than Liger.
Yeah.
Why the fuck make a card like Liger that's that, and also I get to choose when a board wipes, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
The fact that there's a card out there that I'm like, I prefer Murakumo to that one is like crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because Murakumo is like, I don't think it's a broken card.
No.
It's a really good boss monster. Well, I think that's the extent of how good boss monster should end up being.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and that's...
It's kind of a negate.
Fine.
It's also Raigeki, and it also has 32 or 33.
Yeah.
It's like, it's enough.
Yeah.
Like, I can play around it. It can't negate everything I do unless I have 0 cards in hand, but...
Yeah. There's definitely like lines of interaction where you can like hit that where like it just stays engraved basically. And so be it, right? And then otherwise if they're trying to bring it back later, then they need back row support. And then okay, well I can just pop the back row with certain cards. You can just suck it up on summon kind of thing. Like you said, just timing it well so before they can even get the pop.
DD Crow,
you can interact
whatever,
with it.
You know, there's tons of ways to play around it. But it's like, I understand people's frustration with Mitsu, mostly because of its splashability and other meta-defining decks. I think they're pretty well-designed cards, though. Yeah. Like, especially as a ritual strategy. There should have been locks. We all acknowledge this already, but I think it's well-designed in its capabilities. I think its restrictions are probably poorly designed. Yeah. But, Yeah, if your card is clearing Murakumo every time, then it's like maybe there's a problem. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Well, I
And
mean, that's what's coming down the pipeline for
Yeah.
us.
definitely need a ban list, I think, just to shift
Yeah.
the meta game a bit more. Because, in the OCG, K9 was hit. Draco Tail was also hit. And I don't know how much of Yummy was hit, but obviously before the cool tunes and stuff could be as elevated as it is, they did get hit. So
Yeah.
I do think that if they don't get hit, these new support may not be that great. I can't imagine one card will change a deck so much so to be meta changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a combo of both things. Like the current decks need to, not just from like the meta game aspect, but in order to make room for these new decks, those decks need to probably be hit.
Yeah.
And it's probably just good that they start to fade from the. Not like I'm a Draco Tail player. Like that was the deck I chose when this format began, and I've ridden it out the whole time. So I will be sad when it gets hit. Maybe it's like a back pocket deck that I'm always kind of like cooking up something with or something.
Yeah, fusion type builds.
Yeah. And then, there might be one fateful day where I have to let it go and keep it in the binder like Voiceless Voice. But I don't know. I'm excited to be on something new.
Yeah.
Just to shake up the
I'd like a new change
Yeah.
to the meta game.
Again, we talked about this last time we were on, like the new decks don't interest me all that much. Now we did see like Invoked is getting support. That's cool. I'm going to play that.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is. When we saw the OCG tier list, it was pretty far down there, like C or D tier, which is unfortunate. But
it could be like some like Invoked Magistus stuff though, because you know how we got new Magistus stuff.
Yeah.
So the new Invoked might blend well.
Yeah.
With that new fusion, it could be like a good extension piece.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So on and so forth. And maybe a little bit branded touch. Who knows?
Yeah, so it could be that you and I end up playing the same deck, because the thing that's appealing to me most right now is the chaos ritual stuff. Yeah. So we'll just have to see. Yeah,
we'll see how the deck works. I've seen a couple screenshots from the OCG where this seems like more splashable than anything, because I guess they figured out like what the necessary cards are.
Yeah,
I think it comes down to like about 9 cards, which is like not that different to like Azumina being splashed.
Sure.
So then seeing that with like a Dark Magician build, I was like, oh, okay, it's pretty good.
Pretty cool.
And then I saw like an RDA build with it, and I was like, this is crazy. Yeah, I was like, this is nuts. And again, they just narrowed it down very little. So again, using the new hand trap too, because all the synchros. So they probably just go like full RDA stuff. Yeah. And then it's ritual summoning.
They play like multiplying Karibo or something, right?
Yeah. The Garif Karibo. Oh, and the multiplying Karibo. Yeah. But the multiplying Karibo also searches you that Garif.
Oh, the other Karibo.
Yeah, which is the ritual starter. So that's why I think they play it. So, which is cool, because I was like, I'm glad that this card wasn't just like announced as like a Karibo.
Yeah.
And it's just ass. It's like it's actually kind of helpful because it searches it.
I'm gonna have to pull all my multiplying Karibos out of my bulk and fucking prepare.
No, it's a new one. Like it's a new overframe one.
A new multiplying Karibo that's an overframe?
Yeah, like that. Like that's what I can't remember. I thought that's what it was called, but it's the new Karibo coming out in the like.
Because there's 2 new Karibos, then.
Yeah, there's one for the Chaos Origin.
Yeah.
And then there's one that was one of the 3 Dark Magician. Like it's 4 Dark Magician-esque.
Yeah.
But I think it lets you search a Karibo monster, if I'm not mistaken. Like basically the stat line for Karibo.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken either, the patrons also search Karibo because they let you search a 300, 200 defense. 300 attack through 200 defense, and I think that's Karibo stats. Okay. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But if that's true, then you could do like a patron thing into that, which could be also kind of crazy because patron's supposed to be like actually up there. In the OCG, it's like in the
B
top.
or C tier, yeah.
Yeah, and then you had like Elf Note as well, so I need to like practice with the Elf Note a bit more. But I think for this week, I'm gonna bring K9 Archmage.
Yep.
And I was testing with that, and that was kind of fun. And I kind of like put my own spice to it. Not a crazy switch up, but just a couple cards.
Yep.
Within theme of the Archmage stuff. So we'll see how that works. But
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely need this change. I hope it's not just good cards that come out and they're like whatever. But definitely need it. So
yeah. Well, it's good to see you, man. And thanks for coming on.
Yes.
And everybody check out Matt CS. Check out the handsome champion that won this week. And I guess no, we'll be playing tomorrow by the time this comes out, or
Wednesday.
actually we'll be playing the night of when this comes out.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, wish me luck as I try to defend my title, and yeah. Oh, I should mention. Where's my phone? So long as our local hockey team is in the NHL playoffs, we will be working our schedule around that because that's important to us, and it's important to our economy, our mental well-being, everything, man. It's life changing. So yeah, Mats, yes. If we're able to do it, we will. If there's a game on, Thursday night, it's not happening. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for that reason too, the week's kind of offset with NHL playoffs. So if you don't get a podcast, it's likely because a game fell on our recording night.
Yeah.
And there's less wiggle room with either the podcast or Mats yes. So we're prioritizing Mats yes. If we can get out of Mats yes, we're going to do that. If we can't, then we just won't. So cool. And the podcast, we'll do it when we're able. Yeah. And so hopefully this only lasts till June, the entirety of June.
Yeah.
When our team hopefully brings home the bacon. But and if you're cheering for another team out there, how dare you? Don't you want this content, man? Tell your team to forfeit, so we can just go straight to the finals. Yeah. But we appreciate your patience with all that kind of thing and your understanding, because I'm sure everyone understands this totally rational choice. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on the upcoming format and how sick you are of this format.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.